Hello everyone and welcome to Travel the Globe, the channel for travel connoisseurs, explorers, and for those with a knack for adventure. In today's video, we are presenting the top 10 most overrated travel destinations that somehow are still popular today. Make sure to watch out for our number one pick because it just might make you rethink if you're traveling there. Let's get started. Kicking things off at number 10, Venice, Italy. Are you sick and weary of hearing about Venice's problems with excessive tourism? So are the locals, I suppose. Venice's excessive popularity is bad for everyone concerned. Due to tourists' unquenchable appetite for this beautiful and historic city over water, locals have all but entirely lost their normal way of life. As a result, having anything even remotely approximating a fulfilling or true experience there is practically impossible. The city's famous landmarks, like the St. Mark's Basilica and the Palazzo Ducale, are still standing, but Venice feels like a shell of what it once was. Nearly all of the stores are tourist traps, and there are gift shops everywhere. It resembles a theme park in Venice more than a working metropolis because of the lengthy queues needed to move from point A to point B. The regional government is working very hard to solve the issue though. Still, we're hoping for the best. Number 9. The CN Tower. Simply put, tall structures no longer retain the same allure as they once did. The CN Tower in Toronto held a number of world records until it was nearly surpassed by the Burj Khalifa in 2007. Although it undoubtedly serves as a striking focal point of the Toronto skyline, is it worthwhile to pay to enter? You will hear this from a lot of people. The answer is no. Although the price of 35 Canadian dollars is hefty and there is an additional fee to access the highest observation point, it offers a fantastic panoramic bird's-eye perspective of the city. But let's be honest, that view is incredibly pricey. Toronto is the kind of city that you really need to immerse yourself in and explore on foot to properly appreciate, as any resident will tell you. Despite all of this, the CN Tower continues to be one of the city's most visited tourist destinations. Las Vegas, Nevada is number 8. Everyone defines fun differently. Maybe you'll truly enjoy yourself if you enjoy cheap hotel deals, pricey yet extravagant buffets, and non-stop displays of luxury. It's also a fantastic location for gambling. Undoubtedly captivating, those flashing lights are everywhere here. Only a handful of places on Earth always serve as a reminder that everything around you is man-made. By the same token, all that artificial stuff may give the impression that the whole thing is false. Your interactions on the Las Vegas Strip are vanishing quickly because it is one huge adult playground. Vegas may appear to have everything you could possibly want at first, but after a day or two, you just start to realize that all of your experiences are pretty much the same. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is number 7. Is it really true that a tower's lack of structural integrity makes it a must-see sight? With its famous landmark, the Italian city of Pisa has long drawn large audiences from all over the world. However, if you question a tourist who has really taken the trip, they probably won't have much to say about the experience. In order to keep it leaning and from collapsing entirely, the government has really had to invest a good amount of time and effort in it. Although the architecture is not particularly striking, Italy is home to many magnificent and historic buildings. Additionally, it is smaller in person than you would anticipate. Number 6 is Times Square, New York. It resembles Las Vegas in several ways, except it is smaller, busier, has fewer cheap hotel deals, and forbids gambling. For good reason, New York City is a must-see destination for tourists from all over the world. Few cities on Earth are more dynamic or diverse. It is a city filled with undiscovered treasures, extraordinary people, and singular experiences that are truly unmatched anywhere. It's just unfortunate that so many first-time visitors skip all of the above. Times Square's flashy lights frequently completely obscure New York City's true charms, and this area is home to nothing but tourist traps. All you'll really discover are huge crowds, expensive but subpar restaurants, gift shops, and bushy street vendors. You might as well avoid both Times Square and Liberty Island while you're at it, because the best view is from a distance. There's nothing more frustrating than having a million expectations for your next travel getaway, only for it to fall flat on its face once you're already there. Tell us, which travel destination red flags are you watching out for? Let us know in the comments below. If you're liking this video, be sure to hit the like button. This will help support the channel and will boost the video to other travel enthusiasts. And now, back to our list. Number 5. London. London is a magnificent city. It has a rich cultural and historical heritage, which will appeal to tourists seeking an enjoyable trip. The truth is that you will need to leave the city center if you want to genuinely experience contemporary London. If you approach it as a pure tourist, your budget will be wiped out in a matter of days. And as for all those famous landmarks, they sometimes lose their appeal when you have to spend the day squeezing through crowds to gain a good view, and then learn how little access you truly have to many of the city's most famous attractions. Additionally, you might just want to skip it entirely if you're the type of tourist whose mood is affected by the weather. Number 4 is Santorini. There was once an extraordinary island called Santorini. It almost seemed too good to be true, with its towering cliffs, stunning ocean views, delectable seafood, friendly people, and adorable small towns. However, those who were fortunate enough to learn about it and travel there instantly fell in love because it was true. But once news got out, a boatload of tourists started showing up. Nowadays, tourists vastly outnumber residents during the typical tourist busy season. All other conventional sectors have been overtaken by tourism, and firms that cater to tourists have followed suit. Although there are a lot of tourists crowding the narrow alleyways of the blue and white city of Iha, the city is still just as picturesque as ever. The island culture is destroyed when an island with only 15,000 natives receives more than 2 million visitors annually. Loch Ness is number 3. Visit Loch Ness if all you want is to take in the breathtaking scenery. Having said that, the Scottish Highlands are full with beautiful lakes that are less expensive and busy. We're not here to debate whether or not the Loch Ness monster is real, but let's be honest here. Unlike Nessie, during your 3-day stay, you won't be the one to first discover a creature and finally prove its existence. And here's the thing. Every industry that has sprung up around the Loch Ness's namesake is obviously motivated by the desire to capitalize on this shaky claim to fame. As a result, you're generally going to overpay for everything, from your lodging to even a cup of coffee. Additionally, the Loch Ness Center and display, which has been criticized for being both out of date and costly, appears to have disappointed the majority of visitors. The Blarney Stone is number 2. Don't get us wrong, we love a good old-fashioned folktale and a nice local legend. However, we also strongly dislike waiting in line for attractions that continuously disappoint. Sometimes a particular object of attention has a much more interesting backstory than the object itself, like the Blarney Stone, which is actually simply a slab of limestone despite living up to its moniker. Although there are several competing origin stories for the rock, it was placed on Blarney Castle in 1446. It is widely believed that it bestows the gift of gab or eloquent speech. All you have to do is lie down and give the old rock a passionate kiss. Spoiler alert, people rarely claim to suddenly have a gift for language, yet they continue to frequent this tourist trap and pay high prices for it. And at number 1, we have Christ the Redeemer. One of the most recognizable skylines in the world may be found in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It appears more like concept art for a fantasy film than anything else, with its soaring mountains, the seaside, and this magnificent monument. To be clear, we strongly urge you to visit this amazing city. The Christ the Redeemer statue is best admired from a distance, just like the Statue of Liberty in New York. Its impact is most significant when seen as a component of a larger urban picture and the drama it adds to the city as a whole. It is not necessary to look at it closely because it's actually smaller than you would anticipate once you're already up there. Additionally, there is almost always a sizable crowd present, thereby making it hard to take an idyllic photo you have been envisioning. Instead, think about visiting Pau de Azucar or Sugarloaf Mountain for a fantastic perspective of the city. And there you have it, 10 pretty overrated travel destinations that you might just want to avoid. What do you think? Did we miss anything? Which travel destinations do you think should be on this list? Comment your answers below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications by hitting that bell icon. Looking for more travel ideas? Check out our other videos for more Travel the Globe treats. Until next time!